Before we get started today, I would like to give a special shout out to Sean and Aria. Mom said no capping. So everyone, welcome to Riverside City College School of Business show. My name is Justin Hudson, and I'm with
Ajené Wilcoxson. One of our goals is to bring you entrepreneurs, academic instructors, classified professionals, and leaders within our community. Today we are joined by Kennery Bafshar, Associate Professor of Business Administration here at Riverside City College.
So Kennery, welcome to our show. How are you doing today?
Good.
Good. So tell us, what high school, college degrees have you earned?
Thank you guys for having me. I'm really excited to be here today.
Awesome.
My journey in high school started at Bellflower High School in LA County. It was a really diverse high school, and I was really fortunate to be in a program that gave me exposure to a lot of great students, ethnicities, culture. After I graduated Bellflower High School, I went to UC Riverside. So Riverside is really, yes, go Highlanders. Wow. It's really close to my heart. I got my bachelor's in business administration there with an emphasis in marketing. And after that, I spent about over a decade, I'm not going to age myself here, but on the corporate side, I got a job with a Fortune 500 company called Colgate-Palmolive in sales. And it was such a phenomenal experience, especially graduating during that time, to be able to work for a huge company and get a lot of great experience and knowledge and be able to travel. But I found that my passion was really in marketing. So then I started looking into other opportunities in marketing. I worked as product management, brand management, market research, worked from some other big names like Johnson & Johnson and Neutrogena.
Wow.
And I always wanted to get my MBA. It's been a dream of mine. And so I went back to school while I was working full time to get my MBA.
On. So you were able to get involved with these organizations before your MBA?
Correct.
Wow.
Correct.
That seems uncommon. You must have been really a star.
I think when we say star, it's alluded to a lot of hard work.
Yes.
And a lot of sacrifice and going after the things that you really want, being
That's
intentional.
Beautiful. So let's go back to college. Were there any experiences that you had while you were a college student that really left an impression on you on, what you want to be your future goals and drives?
Yeah, I think several things. I think my instructors definitely had a big part in that. All of my academic and professional mentors were my professors and my teachers, and I owe them so much gratitude for being such a driving force in my life in that way. And in fact, I'm still in touch with quite a few of them, and we're friends now, and we talk shop, and so they were really instrumental in doing that. And I think the other part is being involved. I was president of the American Marketing Association of our collegiate chapter.
Is that right?
Yeah, we did a great project with General Motors. There used to be Sing Chevrolet right here in Riverside, and we did a project with them. And our AMA collegiate chapter won the national award.
Wow.
So I think just getting involved at an earlier age really kind of set the foundation.
So when you say involved, were you also, did you have any internships?
Yes, so another great organization is called Inroads. And Inroads helps students that are in college, minority students specifically, get paid internships.
Wow.
Paid internships with Fortune 500 companies.
Inroads.
And that's how I got my internship at Colgate. Worked there 2 summers, and upon graduation, they offered me a full-time position.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So then you went and got your MBA.
I went and got my MBA while I was working full-time at a mid-sized company called McGuire's. They make car waxes and car washes. Since then, they've been bought out by 3M. But I went to Pepperdine to get my MBA. It was a phenomenal experience. Not only with my professors and the learning, but just being around like-minded individuals that really pushed each other to grow and learn and to become better versions of ourselves and really be polished in the corporate environment, which is what I was, still aiming for at that point.
Very good.
Wow. So Kennery, what are you doing now? So you have all this experience. Are you still in corporate America, or where did you decide to take your talents?
So one of the things that I've always wanted to do, even since the beginning of high school, is teach.
For real?
For real. I used to tutor in high school students in math. Then when I was at UCR, I had a job as a tutor working other students. They were taking courses that I've taken. One of my other jobs was being a TA. I used to grade my professors' papers. And then when I went to grad school, it really ingrained in me because most of my professors were consulting and then also teaching, bringing in that business knowledge into the classroom. And I thought, wow, how neat would it be for me to be able to teach and also be able to use my corporate background. So I made that transition, to answer your question, Justin, about 4 or 5 years ago into the world of teaching. I have 2 young kids, and I took some time off to be a mom. And when my kids were in school, I started teaching. I got my first break at Mount SAC. So thank you for taking that chance on me, Mount SAC. I taught a marketing class there, something I wanted to do, and I fell in love with it. And then I just started reaching out to other community colleges. I've taught at Saddleback and Irvine Valley College. And then when I saw a full-time position open up here at Riverside City College, you know, I just could not pass that up because Riverside is so close to my heart because I went to school here. And fortunately, they loved me as much as I loved them. And I've been here teaching in the School of Business for the past 4 years now and loving every moment of it. And I think from a universal perspective, it's a full circle because this is where I started in Riverside. And to be back here kind of at my roots is something that's really special to me.
Yeah, that's nice. Why is teaching so dear to your heart? What is it about teaching that gets you up in the morning?
I think several things. I think not many people can say that they truly love what they do. I think oftentimes people go through life taking on a job because it's there. Granted, we have to pay bills and whatnot, but I wake up every morning saying, today's a new day and I have an opportunity to make a positive difference in the lives of my students, to possibly change the trajectory of where they go from here, as my teachers and professors were able to do for me. And I take that job very seriously. And I hope to instill the values, not only the content of what they're learning from a business principles perspective, but other life lessons, you know, into my students, because a lot of them have never heard it before. A lot of them haven't been expected to perform there at that level. A lot of them don't have the resources and support to do that. And I just find I'm in awe that I'm in a position to be able to do that every day.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you. So, who inspired you?
Wow, that's a good question. I think there's several people that have inspired me. First and foremost, and I think always, from a very personal perspective, it's my mom. It's my mom that's inspired me. Just growing up, she's taught me so many lessons, not just by saying what to do or say, but by living her life in a way that was selfless, that was giving, that was inspirational. And so she'll always be my mentor. Unfortunately, she lost her battle to breast cancer 19 years ago. But, you know, those lessons that she's taught me will carry with me throughout my life. And from other reasons, I've had great mentors, mainly through my instructors and professors. You know, my parents were immigrants to this country, so they weren't able to, and to no fault of their own, be able to help guide me and support me in the ways that I needed growing up academically and professionally. So I really turned to my professors and cultivated those relationships with them, and they've been a big guiding force in my life in that way.
Well, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I think there's a misperception about teachers. And so how do you, with all the things you do outside the classroom that are your responsibilities as a teacher, How do you maintain a life that's semi-stress-free? How do you maintain your mental health?
Yeah, I think that's something really important for all of us to consider this day and age where we have so much on our plates. I think one of the reasons, one of the ways that I do it is by eating healthy. I live a healthy lifestyle. I cook. We go grocery shopping. I have my kids cook with me and get them involved so they learn how to start at an early age. So I think being healthy, eating well. I love, love, love going for walks, especially in the morning, right when the air is crisp and clean, and being with nature, even if it's just a quick half hour.
That's awesome.
You know, and recently I've been meditating.
Good.
Yeah, right before I go to bed, 10 minutes, I tell everyone I'm meditating. It's my time. Nobody bother me. And it's really given me an opportunity to have that time for myself, to self-reflect, to take a breather. And it's different for everybody, but for those things have really worked for me.
That's wonderful. All right, what is a book you would highly recommend to our students and our viewers?
Wow, that's another tough question because there's so many great books. But I will say the recent one that's been my favorite, it's called The Values Factor by John D. And it is about understanding what our top values are in life. So for me, it's parenting, it's teaching and learning, it's traveling. And I think going back to what we were talking about, there's a lot of people in life that just go through life as it comes, rather than being intentional with what they want. And having these values, and these will shift, depending on where you are in life and what you're doing. But I think having these values be the guiding principle of what you are going after and what you are doing. And I'm able to apply these values in everything that I do. And it really, one, helps me stay authentic and true to myself. But two, also gives me that purpose in life. And I think, I wrote down quotes from the book, and ever so often I read them because it really reaffirms to me that this is who you are, this is who you're not, especially when we get into situations that are gray area or not black and white, and we have to make choices as adults. And those choices aren't always easy. And that's where I really look at my values to guide me, to help me determine what is right for me. And this is, staying true to who I am.
Thank you.
Wow, this is a powerful interview. Now, earlier we were talking about music.
Yes.
But now we really need to know. So what is one song that comes to mind that is the theme to your life, and why would you pick this song?
I love music, especially I come from a culture, I'm East Indian, so I listen to all sorts of music. Okay. But I would say I Believe I Can Fly by R. Kelly.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't expecting that either.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's my theme song because I grew up not having a lot of confidence in myself.
Wow.
And I looked a lot of times for validation and that confidence from an external source. But what I really found, and this is part of my verbal affirmations that I say in the morning, is I truly have to believe in what I do. I'm my own best friend. I have to love myself first before I can love anyone else. I'm my biggest cheerleader and my biggest advocate. And if I truly believe it, and I can see it and I put it out into the universe, and the biggest things that I've been able to accomplish, it's because I've been able to believe in myself. And I feel like if all of us, including our students, are able to believe in themselves first, you can really fly and reach the stars.
Wow. That's wonderful, right?
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
Yeah.
I think about it every night and day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
It is really a good song.
Great song.
So that's been the theme song of your life.
Yeah.
So what about right now? What's just your favorite song?
Oh, my favorite.
Or what's a song that your kids would want you to listen to?
There you go. That's a better answer.
Okay, I will say that my daughter Ari is a big Taylor Swift fan.
Oh, okay.
So we listen to Taylor Swift quite often in the car, And you know, she's got some great songs, and I think she's a great role model for what she does, and she's extremely talented. So I think, you know, there's some great songs out there that she's producing, but you know, I would say she has a good repertoire of music.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's crushing it right now.
She really is.
She's crushing it. So because your daughter likes Taylor Swift, does she like football now?
She does. She wants to go to the game. Yeah. You know, and she was really upset that they're not having a home game here.
Okay.
That she would have loved to go to.
So
yeah,
funny.
Yeah.
That's good.
So one word. What is one word that would best describe you, and why?
I would say I'm empathetic. And I think I would use that word because I've seen my parents as immigrants to this country struggle so much. Teaching at RCC, I see the obstacles and challenges that our students come to us with. I've met enough people in life from all paths of life to really understand that, one, you can't really judge a book by its cover. You don't know someone's whole story. And going back to the Values Factor book, you know, when people say this notion of good or bad, things aren't really good or bad, essentially. It's what they are. And those are things we have to deal with. So I think showing empathy towards another human, especially not knowing them, being not judgmental, you don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
I think it's really helped me understand people better and look at them in a new light. And I think that that's something that I carry on to my classroom, to other people that I don't know, and it's in my relationships. I think it's really provided some value.
That's awesome.
Thank you. All right, we always end with this. What is a thought or idea you'd like to share with our Riverside City College students?
I'll go back to what I said earlier. Is I tell my students, and say this to my students the last day of class as well. Be intentional with what you want to do. Be the driver in the seat of your life. Don't be the passenger. Go after the job you want. Go after the career you want. And you all have it in you to achieve what you want and to be successful. You know, at the end of the day, it comes down to how much you want it, the sacrifices you're willing to make to get there. And ask for help. Ask for help. I didn't do that a lot growing up, and that's one of the things I've learned, is there's plenty of people out there willing to help you, but you gotta ask for that help. And I think when you do those things, the universe will, there's a great quote, if you put something out into the universe will conspire to give that back to you. So I leave that to all my RCC students.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here today. You gave a very emotional, insightful, passionate perspective. And we want to thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we want to thank you all for watching. So we look forward to seeing you next week.
And if there's any specific topic you'd like us to discuss, just send us an email. And thanks again for watching. And Kenry, thank you again for being here with us today. This was an awesome interview with you. So everyone, we look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.